Welcome to this afternoon's game for the 2012 Gridiron Queensland 31 Digital semi-final series between the Sunshine Coast Spartans and the Bayside Ravens. What should prove to be a very interesting game this afternoon and a very competitive game. Both teams are noted for their high-scoring offences, so could see some fireworks and some interesting points this afternoon.
Certainly the Bayside Ravens, the dominant team in the competition this year, Luke. The Spartans are really going to have to come up with something out of the box to run away with this game, I think. The winner, of course, will go on to meet the Northside Rhinos in the Sun Bowl. Indeed they are. We've got a kick-off there from the Bayside Ravens. Oh, look at that, a reverse run by the Sunshine Coast Spartans with number 25 playing a handoff from his younger brother, and he could go all the way. Look at that, great return there from the Sunshine Coast Spartans. No flags on the play, so the Spartans, with just under 30 seconds gone in the first quarter, or first half of the game, Sunshine Coast Spartans lead the Bayside Ravens 6 points to nil. What might prove to be quite an interesting call there from the coach. Yeah, well, as we were just saying, you know, the Sunshine Coast Spartans are going to have to come up with something out of the box, and that's exactly what they've done the first play of the game, and they're in the end zone, and they now lead 6-0. How can they? Is this going to sort of put the Ravens back on their heels a bit? I'm thinking that they didn't expect to come out and face an opening from the Spartans like that one.
I'm sure they weren't expecting that. It'll be interesting to see how the Ravens respond. You know, the Ravens have proved to be the dominant team for the competition throughout the regular season, as we see the 2 points attempt unsuccessful, the conversion unsuccessful. But the Ravens have certainly been the dominant team this year, and I don't think they would have started any game where they've been 6 points down with only a minute expired gone in the first half. So it'll be an interesting challenge for the Bayside Ravens and for the boys in green.
Expecting big games this afternoon from Ravens players. Number 25, the running back Kane Maguire, and of course the quarterback Ryan Jackson. And also from the Sunshine Coast Spartans, we're expecting dominant performances from young quarterback Michael Gilmore, and also his brother wide receiver Thomas Gilmore.
Yeah, also I believe look for the running back for the Spartans, number 25, Benjamin Goff, who has proved to be quite a handy touchdown machine throughout the season. So it'll be interesting to see how the Ravens mark up on him. So after a great opening kick-off return from the Spartans now kicking off with number 10, Jason Goff, to do the kick-off. Back to return is number 96 for the Ravens, which is Bradley McClellan. He returns that for the run down the right-hand side. Looks like a gain of about 21 yards there, so that'll bring up first down for the Bayside Ravens, 1st and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
And number 61, Hayden Slater, the outside, defensive linebacker, with the tackle for the Spartans.
Indeed. So Spartans now on defence there. Let's see how the Ravens respond to that early setback I'm sure they're an early setback in their plans. Interesting boots there from the Bayside Ravens centre with the pink boots. We've got a run out to the right there great run to the right there from the running back, Kane Maguire. A gain of about 35-40 yards. Yeah, so true to form, I thought, bringing it down with a tackle made there by number 10, Jason Goff. So a fantastic starting offensive play there from the Bayside Ravens to the handoff to the right.
Yeah, Maguire, he's looking quite the force. A big, stocky young running back. And already I think the Ravens showing that they're going to be employing the running game throughout the afternoon. Wet conditions, of course, similar conditions to the first semi-final, and both teams in that first semi-final found they're going a bit heavy underfoot, so it'll be interesting to see if both these sides do tend to stick with the running game or whether they go to the air and we see the kind of high-scoring game that we've been told to expect.
Indeed, it will be interesting to see how both coaches handle the conditions. I don't think either team are used to the wet conditions, so it'll be, I guess, the winner today will probably be the team that makes the best adjustment to the conditions. So, and certainly the run game's going to be a lot more prevalent than what it has been during the regular season games.
Probably not fair of me to ask you to look into the mind of the Spartans coach and tell me what he's thinking, but certainly they've been very good so far early in this.
Indeed. The Spartans coaches, Coach Chapman there has actually got a bit of a reputation for coming out with something unusual, something out of the ordinary. So it'll be interesting to see what he comes up with this afternoon. Certainly that opening kickoff return's an indication of that maybe he's pulling all the tricks out to make sure they come away with the win.
Let's just focus on the players, shall we, Luke? Thank you very much. So first and 10 for the Bayside Ravens, third and 5. Run to the right for Magua. And looks like he's been pulled up slightly short there. Yeah, they're really sweating on Magua so far, aren't they, the Spartans? They know where the ball's going.
Yep.
Jeez, they've got some big boys out there, the Ravens.
Yeah.
Jeez. 55 is, Riley Pollard.
Riley Pollard.
What a bruiser he is.
Yeah.
And also number 78, Jordan Colo Buckley as well. Dominant figures on the Ravens' offensive line.
Indeed. So 5 minutes down in the first half, we've got a penalty against the Ravens. So that'll bring up
man in motion for the Ravens, number 44.
pitch out to the right to Magua. He cuts back to the left. Oh, nice tackle there made by Benjamin Goff. Fumbled the ball, but the player was already down. So that'll bring up, looks like that'll bring up a loss of 3, so that'll bring up 4th and 12 for the Bayside Ravens.
Young Goff is certainly making his mark on this game early, defensively and offensively.
Indeed. Ravens just having a quick huddle, trying to decide which is the best way to go to try and get some points.
Where do you go to buy pink footy boots?
I'm not sure, but I don't know whether I really want to go there myself.
Oh, we should get them on as sponsors next year.
Indeed. Who knows? Certainly very colourful, that's for sure.
Riley Pollard looking to head off to university in the States next year.
I believe, yes. He's actually got a scholarship next year to Arizona Western Junior College, which augurs well for the future for the young man, the starting centre for the Bayside Ravens.
Yep.
Following in the footsteps of another famous Bayside Ravens export to the college system, one young Jesse Williams, who's currently playing for the #1 team in the USA, Alabama. Oh, intercept there taken off the pass. Intercept taken by number 50, Michael Gilmore, the quarterback for the Spartans, and he's running. He's got a great run. Scores a touchdown down the sideline there. Oh, hang on. Flags are flying.
Late flag from the official.
We'll have to wait and see what the
Pollard clapping his agreement with the referee's decision. What's he going to do now? Geez, nothing but daylight out in front of the young man there for the Spartans.
Indeed. Great. Looks like about a 65, 70-yard intercept in return there from Michael Gilmore. And we'll wait and see what the result of the flag.
Referee's talking it over. Gilmore giving the referee's opinions.
Yeah, referee's reading the rule books there, trying to work out which way to go. No, left, right, here we go.
Let's go, guys, get off the field.
Looks like
It's easy for you to say.
looks like we've got a penalty against the Spartans on the return, so that'll nullify the touchdown, unfortunately for the Spartans. They'll still bring up 1st and 10 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans from the Ravens 12-yard line by the looks of that.
You know, the Ravens are really going to need to draw a line in the sand pretty quickly in this game, or they might find it a little bit out of reach, I suspect.
Indeed.
The Spartans have got a lot of energy in the way they're going about their game at the moment, and the Ravens are struggling to find their rhythm.
Indeed. Oh, look, a great quarterback keeper run there by Michael Gilmore. And scores a touchdown, but we've got another flag on the play.
Gilmore leading bodies in his wake.
Indeed, he certainly hit that. He certainly hit that player leading to the touchdown there. I'm just trying to make a number out on who he actually hit. I think it was Aidan Addy, one of the linebackers from the Bayside Ravens there. So he's still down there. So a little bit of concern shown for the injured player. So we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully he'll be fine.
Actually came to Gridiron from Junior Rugby Union, I'm told, Michael Gilmore.
Yeah, I believe it was Rugby Union, then I believe he's also playing Rugby League. So certainly an athletic type of young fella, and certainly would have a good career in this game if he wished to go further, I think. From what I understand, he's only actually 15, 16 years old, so still a couple of years left to go in this age group, and certainly a good player for the future.
And you're telling me he's actually played some games in the seniors for the Spartans as well?
Oh, from what I led to believe, yeah, he's backed up and played a couple of games in the seniors. So he's, you know, when the senior numbers have needed a few extra players, he stepped up and played there. So certainly a very handy player to have for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So.
Maloney leaving the line for the Ravens. Quarterback overthrows it.
Overthrows a pass, so extra point conversion incomplete. So the score will remain 12 points to 0 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Geez, who would have thought the Spartans would have been up by 12 points to 0 this stage of their first half?
Yeah, it's been a good game so far, but you know, as I said a little bit earlier, the Ravens really struggling to find their tempo, to find any kind of energy in the game early. Of course, it's been all about the defence for them so far, apart from Maguire's efforts, and they'll certainly be looking to bring him into the game as quickly as they can get their hands back on the ball.
Yeah.
Maguire currently out there on defence, just to the right of the screen there, number 25, joining his teammates.
So we'll have the kick-off return now by the kick-off by the Sunshine Coast Spartans and the return by the Bayside Ravens. So hopefully it'll give the Ravens an opportunity to mount some sort of offence and get some points on the board after the Spartans got out to an early 12 point to 0 lead.
Looking resplendent in their stop-and-go orange, the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
There you go. Ready for the kick-off. Kick-off by number 10, Jason Goff. There's another one of these exciting young prospects for the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Nice deep kick from Goff.
We've got
from the Ravens.
Lateral from 96 Ravens to number 34 there, Andre Sayer. And a nice run down the sideline on the left-hand side. And he's bundled out of bounds by Jacob Holderness there. So it looks like about a 35-40 yard return there for the Bayside Ravens. So a nice return. Takes it into Spartans territory. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans from their own 44 yard. Oh, sorry, the Spartan 1st and 10 for the Ravens from the Spartans 44 yard line. You know what I mean.
Sometimes I wonder.
Mate, I need another coffee. That's what I need.
Well, it's a little cold. It's a little wet here. You know, the umbrellas could be a little bit bigger and the coffee's a little slow on arriving. But we do what we can.
Oh, well, we get that. Okay, Ravens with the ball. Here we go. We've got a false start from the Ravens. That'll cost them 5 yards.
Ooh.
Bradley McCollum getting a little bit anxious here to get going.
Yeah, we feel that little bit of tension in the Ravens lineup, don't we?
Yeah, they
Bradley
see.
McCollum just being drawn offside.
Yeah,
Penalty to the Ravens, and they'll march the ball a little further down the field.
Yeah. Ravens seem a little bit anxious at the moment. Probably a little bit shell-shocked from this big jump out to the lead by the Spartans. But let's hope they can recover from that. We got a run to the left from Maguire again. Looks like a great run. Oh, he's broken 2-3 tackles. Tackle end up being made by number 81, Josh Hutton, there for the Spartans. After it looks like about a great 15-16 yard run there from Maguire down the left-hand side.
Really hard to put on the ground this afternoon, Maguire, so far.
Certainly running very strong.
Yeah.
With just over 18.5 minutes to go in the first half, we have the Sunshine Coast Spartans leading 12 points to 0 over the Bayside Ravens.
The Ravens make their way out of the huddle and back to the line. Quarterback Ryan, Jackson Ryan under centre.
Pass out to number 44, which is Jake Maloney there, fullback. Great tackle there by Jacob Holderness, number 31 for the Spartans, with a little gain on the play. So that'll bring up 2nd down for the Bayside Ravens. 2nd and 10. Ravens just huddling up, working out what they're going.
Who would be the preference? Who would the Rhinos prefer to meet in the Sun Bowl?
Oh, interesting question, that one. The Rhinos actually played the Spartans last year in the Sun Bowl, and the Rhinos got up by 1 point, but in a very tough game. So you could say perhaps the Spartans, because they do have form on beating them. But then having said that, the Ravens was the only team to beat the Oh, touchdown pass there from the Bayside Ravens on a great throw there from Jackson Ryan to, looks like, young Nicholson, Matthew Nicholson on the reception for about a 23-yard pass completion there. So the Ravens fighting back here with a great pass and reception there. So that'll give the Ravens 6 points. That'll make the score 12 points to 6 with about 16 and a half minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, Jackson Ryan with the ability to go to the air, courtesy of his coach Andy Miller, and that coming up trumps.
Yeah, indeed. A great pass throw there. Still can't get over those pink boots. Certainly a great fashion statement.
Look, you're going to have to build a bridge, mate, I'm telling you.
Run to the right there by Magua, young Kane.
It's good to have old school in the commentary box, you know.
Oh, mate, you know.
I mean, black boots are the thing of the past now. Get with the plan, Luke.
Back in my day, you would get bashed by your own players for wearing pink boots out on the field. But we'll leave it at that.
Have you seen the size of that fella?
Oh, yeah, I know.
You're even backing off looking at him on the screen here.
Anyway, so the 2-point conversion was good from the Bayside Ravens. So that gives them another 2 points. So the score now is 12, Sunshine Coast Spartans 12, Bayside Ravens 8, with about 16 minutes left to go in the first half.
Great game so far.
Mate, it's been a fantastic game so far. A little bit to and fro. The Spartans jumped out to an early lead and the Ravens have responded. So it'll be interesting to see the rest of this half and, in fact, the rest of the game. This here comes out on top and takes on the Northside Rhinos in the 2012 Sun Bowl. Kick off by the Ravens. Kick nice and deep. Are they going to run another reverse off this? Well, it's a fake reverse, but looks like Jason Goff keeps the ball and runs into a wall of Raven defenders. Oh, no. Oh, no. Referee was about to say it was almost a strip ball there from number 96 for the Ravens, young Dudley McClellan, but no, the referees have ruled him down, so the Spartans will take over on offence. This will actually, in fact, be the first opportunity for offence from the Sunshine Coast Spartans, having scored their 2 earlier touchdowns from a turnover end of the kickoff. So, so this will be 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their own 29-yard line. So it'll be interesting to see how the Spartans, whether their offence is as up-tempo as the rest of their game's been so far.
That really is the unique nature of Gridiron as well.
Indeed. So a little under 14 minutes to go in the first half. Gilmore back in shotgun. He has a run to the right, makes a good 8-9 yards there, run up on the right-hand side. So Michael Gilmore keeping the ball there. It looked like it was a bit of an option play there, so he has the option either to keep the ball and run himself or pitch it out to his running back, and the defence was covering up the running back because I'm sure...
Nice tackle from Aaron Nicholson, number 43.
Indeed. Aaron Nicholson is actually a current Australian junior player in at the linebacker position, so I certainly expect a big game from him in the juniors. As well as Riley Pollard, the big fella with the pink boots.
Again with the boots, Luke.
Oh, mate, can't let him go. Here he is coming on the field. On you, Riley. Yeah, Riley's actually also a current Australian junior lineman for the Australian junior team. So there's certainly the favouritism would favour the Bayside Ravens at this point. We've got a little pitch pass out to the running back to Benjamin Goff on the right-hand side for a gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
A number of brothers in this Spartans side out there this afternoon. I think it's 3 sets of brothers.
Indeed, there is 3 sets of brothers on the field here. In fact, if you have a look on the Sunshine Coast Spartans offense, you've got number 25, Benjamin Goff, and his young brother, number 10, one of the wide receivers, Jason. You've got Michael Gilmore, who's the quarterback, and number 43 is another wide receiver, Tom, his younger brother. And then you've also got the 2 tight ends, 40 and 41, are Bradley and Chris Ebden. So quite unique in that we've got 3 sets of brothers all on the one side of the ball.
Yep. 25 Benjamin Goff there with the run. Gets up slowly.
Some heavy contact there coming in from the linebackers from Aaron Nicholson. So certainly neither team are backing off at this stage.
Yeah, the big bruising Ravens defensive line are certainly making their mark on the Spartans running backs, but they're responding very well so far in this game.
It's certainly been a tough encounter first up.
Old men like you and me doing very well here on the sideline.
Oh, I'm glad I'm here and not there.
Goff going deep.
No, Gilmore going deep. Gilmore going deep to Goff. And passing complete, unfortunately. Close but no cigar. So Gilmore going deep, going for the big long pass. Unfortunately, just falling not quite on the mark. So that'll bring up 4th and about 6 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Yeah. We've got a flag on the play as well. Looks like a face mask, which is a defensive, well, penalty by the defence grabbing hold of one of the offence's face masks. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
Yep. Kane Maguire, the defensive player on this occasion, charged with the face mask penalty.
Yeah. So that'll prove costly for the Ravens. So here we go. So that'll bring up first down for the Spartans from the Ravens 31-yard line.
Little bit of frustration coming through the Ravens play at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit of frustration, a little bit of anxiety. Oh! If he'd caught that pass, it would have been interesting. It was a nice 10-yard pass there from Gilmore. Unfortunately, Jason Goff unable to reel that pass in, so that'll be incomplete. So that'll bring up second down. So it'll be second 10 for the Spartans on the Ravens 31.
6-point game at the moment to the Spartans, leading the Bayside Ravens 12 points to 6. And this is the second semi-final. One meeting 4. Of the Queensland Gridiron Junior competition.
Indeed. A little pass handed off for a run to the left for Benjamin Goff there, gained about 5 yards. So that'll bring up third down for the Spartans. Yeah, I think the scoreboard's actually incorrect. I think you'll find it's actually 12 points to 8 at the moment because the Ravens did actually get their 2-point conversion. So,
I just call it as I see it
yeah,
on the scoreboard.
No, mate. The old man on the scoreboard, maybe someone forgot to give him coffee and he's not quite awake yet. But I'm sure we'll get that confirmed by the referees later on. A great run to the right there by Michael Gilmore. Looks like he's done enough to bring up first down. We'll wait and see where the spot of the ball is.
Big Jordan, Colo Buckley there with the tackle as well, and another one of his teammates. Waiting for the referee.
Referee, looks like we've got another flag on the play. Referee's deciding who's got to pick the yellow hanky up this time.
Personal foul, 95, defence. Striking with the head. Half distance to goal, first down.
Oh, that'll prove costly for the Ravens. Another personal foul on the Ravens, blocking to the head.
Yeah, another one against Maguire as well. As I said before, a little bit of frustration seeping into the play of the Ravens, I think.
So, yeah, I think so. So, yeah, I'm not sure whether that was actually Maguire on that one, but hey, we'll credit him, and if he's not right, he can come and see you because he's a big fella, and I'm not going to argue with him.
I heard the referee say against number 25.
Oh, mate.
I love you, Kane.
Well, there we go. But that's certainly given great field position to the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So much so the Bayside Ravens coach has called a timeout, just trying to slow that momentum down on the Spartans at the moment, I suspect.
So what type of tactic are we looking at from the Ravens, courtesy of their coach Andy Miller? There he is in the centre of your screen now. What's he saying to his players?
I would think he's probably just trying to settle them down and make sure they all concentrate and do their job and make sure their assignments and just trying to stop the Spartans jumping out to a 12 or 14 point lead at the moment, you know. I mean,
really need to stop now, don't they?
Yeah, they do. The Spartans are on quite a roll at the moment. I think the Ravens just need to slow it down and just try and take charge of the ball and the clock and the momentum at the moment.
Yep.
So it looks like assistant coach Kenny Andres, they're having a bit of a chat to the players. All ready to go. Spartans over there on their sideline. Certainly very wet out there today. A lot of raincoats and umbrellas floating around. So, in fact, that's actually one of the only reasons that a gridiron game will actually be called is if there's actually lightning around.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, something about having a lightning come back on your head sort of does that. So, yeah, so it's actually quite interesting. It's actually written into the rules that if there is lightning around, they have to call the game.
Yeah, okay. Well, fair enough too.
Yeah. Well, run up the middle from the Spartans there for number 25, Benjamin Goff, and tackle made from the Ravens by number 51, Mackenzie Bruce. So, looks like we've got another flag on the play as well.
Yeah, there's a flag down. Referee's consulting.
Yeah, they're trying to decide. So, was it your face? Did you see him say hello to him? Was it to the left, to the right? Maybe they're trying to do the Macarena out there. Macarena dancing zebras. Oh no, here we go. I'm glad the referees can't hear me, although we'll be in real trouble. Here we go. From head referee Julian Leonard.
Illegal hands to the face, 95.
Ooh. little hands to face by 95. Brandon Eldridge for the Ravens. So that'll be costly. That'll be half distance to goal. So that'll be first and goal for the Sunshine Coast Spartans from about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, penalties really marching the Spartans up the field at the moment. Brandon Eldridge looking nonplussed at the referee's decision, but we play on.
Yeah.
Screen pass to the left.
Screen pass left, incomplete to Benjamin Goff, so that'll bring up second and goal for the Spartans. Certainly the Ravens, I think a little bit of frustration, a little bit of, I guess, anxiety creeping in and letting their discipline slip a little bit, which is very unusual from the Ravens. They're normally a very well-disciplined team. So the coach will have to address that one shortly. We've got a handoff to Goff on a sweep to the left. Gain of a couple of yards. Looks like he might be just short of the goal line, sorry. Yeah, looks like it'll bring up third and about one and a bit there for the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Multiple tacklers from the Ravens, including number 43, once again, Aaron Nicholson, who's been very good in defence for the Bayside Ravens.
Indeed. So that'll bring up third and goal for the Spartans. Let's see what the Spartans offence and Coach Chapman can come up with in this play.
Jacob Holderness with the snap.
And we've got a quarterback keeper there from number 50, Michael Gilmore, for the touchdown. So great little run to the left. So that'll make the score 18 points to 8 there for the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
I think that's the second touchdown for Gilmore this afternoon so far.
Indeed, that is his second one for his quarterback keeper. Certainly, Mr. Gilmore, Michael Gilmore, has proven to be the difference between the two sides at the moment.
Yep.
Certainly having a good game.
Young man out there, only 15 years of age. Of course, the Junior League here in Queensland's Gridiron competition up to 18 years of old. So the young man's proving very dominant so far, and he's certainly got a bit of size about him.
Indeed. Yeah, he's certainly not a small lad, that's for sure, but certainly playing very well this afternoon.
I don't know, Chappie, I reckon anybody standing next to you looks small.
Looks like an end around to number 40, Chris Ebden, unfortunately unsuccessful. Tackle made by Aaron Nicholson there from the Bayside Ravens. So the score will remain 18 points to 8 in favour of the Sunshine Coast Spartans. And now go back and the Spartans will kick off with the Ravens to return.
Good game so far. You know, you kind of get the feel of this ebb and flow of this game this afternoon, that both teams are kind of likely to explode at any time, and they're just kind of holding on to them with their fingertips.
Yeah, indeed.
But you really get the idea that this game really might blow out in the next 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, indeed. It's sort of, as I said earlier, certainly both teams are capable of scoring big points.
Enormous amounts of firepower, both of them, haven't they?
Yeah, and it's just really set on a knife edge at the moment, this game. It's, you know, I mean, it's going to and fro with a lovely deep kick-off there from Jason Goff, so that'll bring the touchback, so that'll bring it back to the 25. Bayside Ravens will have the ball first and 10 from their own 25. Interesting to see where the Ravens can drive again before in the closing stages of this half, with just over 2 minutes left to go in the half.
Right, it's about 2 minutes for the Ravens to hopefully pick up a score.
Yeah,
and bring the scores a bit closer at half time.
Indeed. So let's see what the Ravens can do. I wonder whether they'll be running a little bit of hurry-up offense, trying to get down to the end of the field before in the final couple of minutes.
Please correct the score, 18 to 8. 18 to 8.
There's confirmation of the score.
There you go.
Nice work.
Someone must have woken up that old man in the scoreboard with the cups of coffee.
And we can confidently sit here and say that we were at least 10 minutes ahead of the mark. So
indeed,
that's a good sign.
Indeed.
That's a good sign.
So, yeah.
Ravens on offence.
Sweep to the left to Magua with another great run, looks a bit. And tackle made by Benjamin Goff, number 25 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans, on his matching opposite number 25, Kane Magua for the Bayside Ravens, and that's an 11-yard run. So that'll bring up first and 10 for the Bayside Ravens from their own 36-yard line.
Yeah, good start to this final drive of the half.
Yeah, nice solid start, great run. The Ravens settling down, playing their brand of football.
Yep, they're looking to march up the field and pick up a score late in this first half and score back to what would potentially make it, 18-12?
No, if they can get the conversion, that'll be 18-16 then, if they can get that close, but we'll see how we go. Another run to the left by Magua. The tackle made by Michael Gilmore with assistance from Hayden Slater. So another 11-yard run. So 12 yards on that one. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Bayside Ravens from the Spartans 41-yard line.
Yep, they're moving the chains. They're starting to get into their groove.
Starting to get in their groove, starting to get a bit of a roll on there.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
And the rain continues to fall here, doesn't it? It hasn't let up at all this afternoon.
Well, you know, it's footy.
Yeah, it's water.
The great equaliser.
Indeed, indeed. We've got a timeout called by the Spartans here, so obviously the coach of the Spartans saw something he didn't quite like, or maybe wanted to just upset the momentum of the Ravens there. So we'll wait and see what the result of this one is. But yeah, players just having a bit of a break. I think the coach is talking to the Chargers, getting ready for the next onslaught.
Hard work out there this afternoon. They've been really willing and going hard at each other.
Yeah, they haven't backed off at all, have they?
No, not at all. Not at all.
They've certainly been putting out there. Every play's been very intense and very, they've certainly been going hard. So
Yep.
I think there's going to be some very tired boys later on
Yep.
in this game. So
Spartans coach being vociferous in his advice to his Chargers.
indeed, we'll wait and see how solid the Spartans defence gets for the later stages of this first half.
Come the Ravens back out to the field.
So the run to Maguire up the middle there. Tackle, oh, slip 2 tackles. Slip 2 tackle made by number 61 Hayden Slater there on Maguire, and a run to the left. So that'll bring, looks like about an 8-yard gain from that. Sorry, just over 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the first half.
Jackson Ryan's got the play from his coach Andy Miller, where he joins his teammates in the huddle. What have they got for us now? Riley Pollard with the snap.
Motion.
Hand off to Maguire.
On the right.
Maguire avoiding tackles. Cuts back through the middle.
5 tackles. This slipped the first 4, finally got him on the 5th of 10. Tackle made by number 31 Jacob Holderness there. So great run there from Maguire. Great bustling run there from Maguire, which gains him looks like enough for a first down. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Bayside Ravens from the Spartans 11, with about 2.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Righto. It's now or never for the Ravens. Quarterback in the shotgun. Ooh,
passing complete.
Yeah.
Quarterback in the shotgun, tried to drop a pass out there to number 88, Liam Reynolds there on the right-hand side.
Got a hand up to it, Reynolds, but couldn't drag it in.
Couldn't drag it in, unfortunately. So we've got now down to the 2-minute warning there. So 2 minutes left in the first half of this enthralling game between the Bayside Ravens and the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Bradley McKellen on the field as Jackson Ryan brings the call in. Back in the huddle with his teammates. 2 minutes to go. And the rain continues to fall.
Yeah, it certainly has been a wet afternoon. I think these boys will be glad to have a shower after this one.
Instructions from Ryan.
There's a snap. Oh, fumble on the ball. Recovered by Ryan. It was a lucky recover. It was a fumble on the handoff to McClellan there in the backfield. And Jackson Ryan with enough presence of mind to jump on that loose ball. There'll be a loss of a yard or two, so that'll bring up 2nd down for the Bayside Ravens. So 2nd and about 13.
Just a little bit of a communication problem, it seemed, there between Jackson Ryan and Brad McClellan, number 96. He's back in the huddle again. What have they got this time?
Yeah, possibly also the wet ball's starting to have a little bit of effect as well. Yeah. You know, minute 30 left to go in the half. Clock's still counting. Here we go. Jackson Ryan under the centre. It's got a fake handoff. It does a pass out, a little swing pass out to McClellan in the flats. And tackle made. Looks like he might be.
Yeah,
Have they
touchdown.
They ruled it a touchdown.
Yeah, referee's hands in the air. That's a
hands in the air,
touchdown
to McClellan. So on a great little swing pass there to the left. With only just over a minute to go in the first half, the Ravens strike back. So that'll make it 18 points to 14 for the Bayside Ravens to strike back. So they're only 4 points behind with the conversion to come. So certainly it's been a very interesting first half and very evenly matched between the two teams.
Yep, Ravens looking for the extra points.
We're going
Runs it out to Maguire, straight up the middle.
2-point conversion good. There it is.
Conversion to the Bayside Ravens.
18-16 with just over a minute to go in the first half.
That's a very efficient drive from the Ravens. They knew what they had to do. They needed that score before half time, and they did it beautifully.
Indeed they did. Indeed they did. The Ravens are fighting back. The Spartans had the early ascendancy, jumped out to that 12-point lead, and the Ravens have been fighting back slowly but surely, fighting back in there.
1 minute 11 left on the clock. Time, I think.
Yep.
For the Spartans to do something. We'll see.
Yeah. Certainly sets us up for a very exciting second half, I would think, between these teams. So certainly a semi-final worthy game so far. Kick off by the Ravens. Return taken by, and the Spartans try the reverse return again, but the Ravens are awake to it this time with a tackle made by number 85 for the Bayside Ravens, which is Michael Thompson.
Yeah, you got the impression that the Ravens weren't going to fall for it a second time. Yeah.
Indeed. So the Spartans take over on their own, what's that, about their own 24, 25 yard line.
Good enough for me.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Spartans from their own 24 yard line. But just on a minute left to go in the first half.
Quarterback Michael Gilmore in the shotgun, hands it off.
Hands it off to Benjamin. Gilmore hands off to Goff, and Goff's away, and a great run. We've got a run of about 25, 26 yards, but there's a flag on the play, so we'll have to see what happens there with 54 seconds left to go in the first half.
Timeout, Spartans. Second
Good running from Benjamin Goff.
Great running by Goff. Looks like the flags was a penalty on the defence, declined by the offence, and the Spartans coaches called a timeout to stop that clock so that they can get set up for the next play. Spartans going to drive it down, hopefully trying to make one more score before half time with 54 seconds left to go in the half.
Yep, certainly time enough to do it.
Yeah.
And what are we on the Ravens? 43, 42?
Yeah, about 42 and a half, 43.
Yeah.
We'll give it 42.
Yeah, what's a couple of inches between friends?
Yeah.
Except, of course, if you're playing Gridiron, in which case it's crucial. But
that's right. Yeah. So it could be rude to say, except of course if you're my girlfriend, but that's beside the point.
What time is it? It's a Sunday night show, you know.
So here we go, snap. A handoff run to the...
Yep, back with Ben Goff again.
Ben Goff.
Out to the left-hand side, evades the tacklers and comes back to the right. Still going Benjamin Goff. And a good tackle there in the end from number 96, Bradley McClelland.
Timeout called by the Spartans again to stop the clock.
Timeout, Spartans. Final timeout.
Ben Goff getting up a little gingerly.
Yeah, going
plenty
about
of work
5
in the
yards.
first half.
Yeah, it certainly has. It's the score 18-16 with the Spartans leading at the moment, only 2 points in it. Spartans in possession on it'll be 2nd and 5 from the Ravens 36 yard line.
And the Ravens over on the sideline talking it over with coach Andy Miller. And the rain continues to fall.
Indeed it does. Tell you what, we're glad when half time comes so I can go and get myself a coffee. Starting to feel it a little bit right about now.
Looking to draw a line in the sand. The Bayside Ravens defensive group. Here come the Spartans up to the snap once again.
Spartans come out in an interesting formation. Looks like they've gone 5 wide receivers, 1 on the left, 4 on the right. Ooh. Pass almost complete there, just out of over the fingertips of the Spartan receivers, number 41, Chris Ebden. on the pass from Michael Gilmore. So that'll bring up third down, I believe. 3rd and 5 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans, with about 43 seconds left to go in this first half.
18 points to 16. We're confident in that being the current score.
Oh, best of my recollection, but hey.
We've got it right. Well, I've got it wrong at least once this half. Handoff
to Goff, who takes a great first down run up on the left-hand side. Certainly been doing a fair bit of work this afternoon. That'll bring up first down for the Spartans on the Ravens 27, but we have an injury on the field. Looks like just can't quite make up.
Yeah.
43, Aaron Nicholson's a bit shaken up after that play. Looks like he's got a rolled ankle by the looks of that. He's sort of hobbling back, but yeah, so.
All right, making his way to the sideline now, Aaron Nicholson. Gingerly on that right ankle.
Yeah.
And here comes big Kane Magua.
Yeah. I think the conditions playing a little bit havoc with the footing out there today.
Yeah, and I mean, we certainly saw that in the first game, didn't we? As the game progressed and the ball got a little bit wetter, and the ground got a little bit wetter, it slowed down, and the running game really came to the fore. And unfortunately, as is often the consequence, injuries started to happen as well.
Yeah,
let's hope all these boys are able to stay fit and out on the field to the end of this afternoon's game. It's been a fantastic display so far.
Oh, certainly been a great game so far. So. It was a backwards pass, which meant the ball was live, and then Benjamin Goff unfortunately failed to pick it up, and then the ball was knocked over the sideline, so the Spartans will retain possession, but a very close call there for the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans really need to consolidate now. Now is not the time to be a little shaky.
Yeah. So that'll bring up a loss of 3 on the play, so that'll bring up 2nd and 13 for the Spartans from the 30-yard line there.
Gilmore in the shotgun again. Looking long.
Going along with Jason Goff, a great reception. Touchdown! Sunshine Coast Spartans. That'll hurt the Ravens. Touchdown, a great pass there from Michael Gilmore to Jason Goff on a 31-yard pass completion. So that'll bring up the score, so that'll be 24 points to 16 with a conversion attempt to come for the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Absolutely outstanding catch from the wide receiver over his left shoulder as well.
Indeed, it was a great catch. That's certainly what you didn't want to happen if you were a Ravens supporter.
Yeah.
With only less than 30 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see if the Spartans can get the conversion on this one. Gilmore, quarterback Michael Gilmore puts it and dives in for the extra point. So that'll bring up another 2 points. So that'll be, what's that make there? 26-16.
I think I ran out of numbers once I got to 20.
He ran out of fingers and toes. Yeah. So that'll make it 26-16 with only a few seconds left to go in the half-time. After a great long pass there from quarterback Michael Gilmore with a reception by Jason Goff.
Yeah, very offensive, very effective offense from the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Came to that regained use of the ball with about 54 seconds of the first half.
Indeed.
And they moved it downfield very efficiently, and they've ended up with a score late.
One of the more interesting points of this game, one of the beautiful points of this game is the fact with 54 seconds to go, you can still score at much of the length of the field.
Yeah.
You know, so there's very little time left on the clock. At this kick-off, you might get time for 1 or 2 more plays, and that's going to be about it till half-time.
Jason Goff with the kick-off, the quarterback. The wide receiver. There he goes, looking to kick it deep. What have the Ravens got? Still on his feet.
Slipped a couple of tackles.
Still on his feet. Flag on the plate. Magar keeps going.
Keeps going. Tackle finally made by Jason Goff. And looks like Jacob Holden is there. But we've got a couple of flags in the play back further downfield. Judging by position, I reckon we've probably got a block on the back there on the return team, but we're waiting to hear from the official referees.
Here he comes now.
The man in the white hat.
That's Mr. Leonard, the official, I believe.
Indeed it is, Julian Leonard. Julian was actually quite privileged earlier this year. He actually managed to referee or be one of the assistant referees for an international game between Australia and American Samoa earlier this year. And that play actually ends the half, and that brings up half-time. So at half-time in the game between the Sunshine Coast Spartans and Bayside Ravens, Spartans are leading 26-16. Welcome back to the second half of this enthralling game between the Bayside Ravens and the Sunshine Coast Spartans. Sunshine Coast Spartans are leading at half-time of 26-16 to what promises to be an exciting second half here in the second Gridiron Queensland semi-final.
Yeah, the Bayside Ravens looking at revving themselves up at half-time, and they really need to put some work in this second half if they're going to progress to the Sun Bowl.
Indeed, indeed. So the Ravens have got the toss in the second half and will elect to receive the ball, so the Sunshine Coast Spartans will kick off. Ravens back to receive.
What's the key to the Ravens in the second half?
I think the Ravens in the second half need to just consolidate and just play their game and don't try and turn it into a shootout or something like that. I know they're behind by 10 points, but I think the Ravens need to control the football and control the tempo of the game. In the first half, I think the Sunshine Coast Spartans controlled the tempo of the game a fair bit, and that left the Ravens a little bit struggling to keep up. So I think if the Ravens can get a hold of the ball and control the tempo, I think they'll come home over the top of the Spartans. But hey, it's football, two teams on the field, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Ravens certainly be looking to Kane Magua to move them up the field on the ground. And for the Spartans so far, of course, Michael Gilmore's been very good, and also Jason Goff.
And Jason Goff, and actually Benjamin Goff, the running back, would also, they've certainly been the stars for the Spartans so far. So Jason Goff kicking off here in the second half. The Ravens to return from Bradley McClellan. Tackle being made there by the Ebden brothers, Brad and Chris Ebden, 40 and 41 making the tackle after about an 18 to 19 yard return. So that'll make it 1st and 10 for the Bayside Ravens here on their own 35 yard line.
It's been wet all afternoon. Let's hope that storm that we can see sort of heading towards the ground on the left-hand side there doesn't slow this game down any further, because it's been an exciting contest so far.
Certainly been great so far. Hopefully we don't get any lightning in it, because that will certainly stop the game, but rain will be right. Hand off to the right-hand side to Kane Magua to start the second half for a great run there. So 25-30 yards, he could been chased down. Oh, tackle made by number 61, Hayden Slater. So after about a 45-50 yard run there by Kane Magua to start the second half, there are a couple of flags on the play, so we'll have to wait for the results of the penalties to see whether that run is good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw a flag at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a flag and a hat. So the referee obviously ran out of yellow flags to throw, so he throws a hat. If he actually sees a third penalty, I'd hate to see what he's going to throw next.
A hissy fit?
Well, maybe. Maybe. If he starts to take the shirt off, guess what? It's time to go home, folks. Well, fortunately, we've also got a bit of an injury. Cameron Williams for the Ravens shaken up a little bit there. Yeah. Their conditions playing a thing. Oh, that's a costly penalty for the Ravens. An illegal formation, 5 in the backfield. So that'll actually negate the run and actually cost the Ravens another 5 yards. So it'll actually be 1st and 15 for the Bayside Ravens.
It's been the story of the game so far. It's been penalties that have really let the Ravens down. Indeed
it has. So it'll be 1st and 15 from their own 30. Yes, that penalty very costly for the Bayside Ravens. I think a little bit of ill discipline, unfortunately, might come back to haunt the Bayside Ravens later on. It certainly was a great run. And so we'll run it off to the left and not getting too far. The tackle again made by Hayden Slater on Mr. Magua, on young Kane there, with a gain of only 2 yards. So that should make it 2nd down and 13 for the Bayside Ravens. So the Spartans defence been very strong and stout in that instance.
Yep.
Just over 2.5 minutes down in the second half, so 27.5 minutes to go. It's an exciting match with the Sunshine Coast Spartans leading 26 points to 16. Ravens snap the ball, hand off to Maguire in the middle there. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Sunshine Coast Spartans defence certainly very strong. Tackles been made by Hayden Slater and Michael Gilmore. I think that's 300 tackles in a row for Hayden Slater there. Certainly stepped up in the second half there.
Yeah, he certainly has, Slater, and well, that's what the Spartans need. I think they're starting to think about their position in the Sun Bowl. They've been very good in this game so far, and certainly the Ravens aren't out of it. They've shown the ability to move the ball up and down the field, but as we've said, it's been penalties so far that keeps bringing them back.
Just those little things that cost you in this game. A game of inches. So here we go. So it'll be third and 13 for the Ravens. Snaps ball, drops back for a pass. It's complete out to the left-hand side there. The pass complete to Matthew Nicholson there for a gain of about 7 yards, 8 yards there. So that'll bring up 4th down for the Spartans. It was young Thomas Gilmore, number 43, on the tackle then. So that'll bring up 4th and 7, 4th and 8 for the Bayside Ravens.
Plenty of energy out there in the Spartans' defensive line.
Yeah, the Spartans certainly very enthusiastic at this stage of the game. I think they realise that they really need to step it up on defence just to make sure they get the completions done. So the Ravens going for it on 4th down here. And a run up the middle to, looks like, to Bradley McClellan, to a fullback dive there up the middle, and that's good enough for a 1st down for the Bayside Ravens. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Bayside Ravens from the Spartans' 43-yard line.
26-16 currently to the Spartans, a 10-point lead over the Bayside Ravens. The Ravens looking to put it together and put a score on the board early in the second half.
Absolutely. I think this is what the Ravens need to do, is just consolidate and play their own game. And yeah, just control the clock and the ball.
And I mean, it's an interesting point that you make, because that early start from the Spartans has really sort of set the Ravens back on the heels, and they've struggled to get into their rhythm, haven't they?
Indeed they have, indeed they have. So we've got a sweep there to young Maguire again. He's certainly been the focus of the Ravens offence. Looks like a gain of about 10 to 11 yards. So that'll bring up 1st down again for the Bayside Ravens, as indicated by the right arm of the head referee Julian Leonard there.
Yeah, much better start for the Ravens so far in the second half.
Certainly is, certainly is. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Ravens from the Spartans. Looks like the Spartans' 31-yard line.
A lot of happy smiling faces on the sideline in the Spartans camp at the moment.
I think they'll be very, very happy with the situation at the moment, being 10 points up, but someone gets the feeling this may change shortly if the way the Ravens are starting to move the ball. So it's a play action pass down, just through the hands of Liam Reynolds there, number 88, the wide receiver, unfortunately. So passing complete, that'll bring up 2nd down for the Ravens. Ravens certainly trying one or two things, trying to get the ball moving and get on the board.
Similar situations earlier in the season for the Ravens. No doubt there's been times when they've had their backs up against the wall and they had a dominant season. What was their tactic earlier in the season? How would they have got themselves out of this situation?
Earlier in the season, the Jackson Ryan, the quarterback, is a very good passer of the ball, and they do have a couple of good receivers. The thing that's counting against them in this game is, unfortunately, the weather conditions are not conducive to being able to throw good and catch good passes. So, got motion in the backfield from number 8, whistles from the referee. Something's not quite right. Oh, delay a game. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yep. Once again, they're really struggling to get into their rhythm. The Spartans have got them double thinking, or second guessing where they're going.
That's it.
And that's been really costly for the Ravens all game.
It has indeed. It's been the story of the game for the Ravens. They just get moving on, and then the discipline lets them down. So we're going to pitch out to number 25. And a great play tackle there made by number 50 Michael Gilmore, and number 61 Hayden Slater has been the dominant force on the Spartans defence certainly this game and certainly this half. Hayden Slater, I think that's a 4th or 5th tackle so far this half. He's certainly come out firing in the second half, Hayden.
And Michael Gilmore certainly not leaving his skills on the offensive side. He's been a good tackler as well.
He's certainly been good on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
We have an injury timeout here at the moment for the Spartans, so just checking out the player. Looks like Mitchell Frisky there, number 11. Looks like a lower leg injury. I think might be another victim to the conditions here this afternoon. They're just checking him out and making sure that he's okay before they'll assist him off the field. So, but yeah, certainly very slippery. I mean, it doesn't feel too bad underfoot when I was inspected earlier, but then it's been raining solidly since. So I'd suggest it's, and if you look at the conditions, the ground's certainly starting to show signs of mud coming up through there.
Looks like a problem with his elbow for Mitchell Frisky.
Yeah, the strapper there taping it up. He will have to come off for at least one play though. So in Gridiron, the rules are that if you do go down injured, you have to come off for at least one play. Okay. You can't just get attention and then go back on. The
idea being that it allows the coaches to have a look at you and check your condition.
Exactly, yeah. Player safety is paramount in the game. So, so they do have rules which are fairly unique to Gridiron in regards to player safety, and that is one of them. So that if you do go down injured, you automatically have to go off for at least one play before you're allowed to return to the field.
And is that a rule that applies across the board in Gridiron internationally, or is that something that's been put in place here in Australia?
No, that's an international rule. Yeah, no, that's right up to the NFL. Yeah, it's a rule internationally brought in. And it's just a safety rule, and you only offer one play, and you being the style of game it is, it's not that critical. Another play action, another long pass there, with a great reception there on the Bayside Ravens. It's going long, and touchdown! Great reception there by Matthew Lewis there on the right-hand side for the Bayside Ravens. For looks like it's about a 35-36 yard reception. Unfortunately, the receiver getting beyond the young Thomas Gilmore there on the pass reception, and the Ravens strike back. That gives us a score of 26-22, with the Bayside Ravens striking back, hopefully closing the gap on the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
Yeah, here they come.
So here they come. That's it. You can't keep a good team down, so they say.
Yep.
So this 2-point will be critical because the Ravens are only up by 4. Can they make it a 2-point game? Hand off to Maguire. Tackle being made. Looks like 3 or 4 in the tackle there. Michael Gilmore, Hayden Slater, and it looks like
short or so.
Yeah, I think he's short. Yep, referees have ruled him short. So great defensive play there by the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So the score remains Sunshine Coast Spartans 26, Bayside Ravens 22. But certainly the Ravens coming back there, Sean.
Yep, this is the second semi-final. 1 playing 4. This is the Bayside Ravens on the left-hand side of your screen in the green. And they're playing the 4th placed Sunshine Coast Spartans, currently leading. And we're just a couple of minutes into the second half.
Yeah, it looks like we've got about 20 minutes to go in this game, so 10 minutes down in the second half here with the Ravens to kick off. Let's see how the Sunshine Coast Spartans respond to that scoring drive by the Bayside Ravens. The rain continues to fall here. Everything's getting slightly heavier. Jason Goff on the return. Looks like he's got a bit of a running lane up the right. He comes across. Oh, nice block there by Chris Ebden, number 41. Sprung Jason Goff for at least another 10-15 yards.
Great work from Jason Goff. Great evasive running. And some good blocking from his linemen as well. Good
blocking from his teammates. That's one of the other points that's unique to the game of Gridiron, is that in other games you're only really allowed to hit the people with the ball, but in Gridiron you're allowed to block to let your other players and assist your other players get further yardage up the field.
It's all about hitting them, isn't it?
Oh, it is. As it was described to me once very succinctly, it's not a contact sport, it's a collision sport. Yeah. You certainly do get lots of collisions in the game of Gridiron.
And just a reminder, the people who may be watching this game for the first time, this is the Gridiron Queensland Junior competition for boys aged up to 18 years of age. You might be looking at these thinking, these are pretty big men. These are young men 18 or under.
Indeed they are, yeah. The age group's 14 to 18 for the game. And yeah, so they're all young men, and certainly a lot of these guys have only played the sport for less than a year, so they're certainly showing some great skills on display. Unfortunately, the first down pass there from Michael Gilmore to young Jason Goff was incomplete, so that'll bring up second down for the Sunshine Coast Spartans on about their own 23-yard line. Sorry, own 12, 13-yard line. But yeah, certainly the skills being displayed here this afternoon is quite amazing, considering that most of these guys have only played the game for less than a season.
Yep.
Great run down the left-hand side there by Jason Goff for a gain of about 8 or 9 yards. That'll bring up third and short for the Sunshine Coast Spartans on their own, looks like about their own 20-yard line there.
Great game.
Yeah, it's certainly been an enthralling game. It's been a bit of toing and from. The Spartans jumped out to an early lead and the Ravens have fought back heroically. We've got a run up the middle there by the quarterback Michael Gilmore. Looks like enough to bring up a first down. Let's wait for the chains, wait for the referees. Left arm indicating out there indicates it's a first down to the Spartans, so they'll get another 4 goes to make 10 yards.
Spartans continue their inexorable mark up the field. They've been very effective all afternoon in offence, haven't they?
Indeed they have.
Yeah.
Indeed they have. A little pass out.
Oh, pull it in.
Pass out to the tight end there, Bradley Ebden. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite drag it in there. Pass from Michael Gilmore, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Spartans. So, that's it. It's a 25-yard line on their own 25-yard line.
Ravens looking for some assistance, some advice from the sideline.
Yeah.
43, Aaron Nicholson out there looking for instructions. Here go the Spartans again.
That's right. Quarterback Michael Gilmore keeps it and runs. And a great run by Michael Gilmore. Oh, nice running there. It's a run of about 25 to 30 yards. Great run. Tackle being made for the Bayside Ravens by number 34, Andre Sayer, down deep. But it was one of those tackles that needed to be made. If he hadn't have made that tackle, it was 6 points all the way for the Spartans quarterback.
Yeah, that's some outstanding play from young Michael Gilmore, just 15 years of age, and he's been a dominant player all afternoon. Pitch out to the left.
To Benjamin Goff for a gain of about a yard or two. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Yep.
But certainly the Sunshine Coast Spartans offence is certainly moving the ball at the moment. I think the Bayside Ravens need to make a stop and get a turn over the ball if they want to remain competitive in this game. Certainly the game's in the balance with the Sunshine Coast Spartans leading 26 points to 22.
16 minutes remaining in this second half.
16 minutes in the second half, so halfway through the second half there.
Gilmore.
Back for the pass.
Oh,
great completion there to number 41, Chris Ebden.
Bradley Ebden, I think, is it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Bradley, sorry.
Yeah.
They're brothers, I get them confused. But a great reception there by young Bradley. Looks like a reception of about 18 to 19 yards there.
And that'll be a first down for the Spartans, and they continue their march.
Indeed they are.
Is it too early to say they continue their march towards the Sun Bowl? I may be getting ahead of myself because this game is not even close to over.
No, it's only 4 points in it, so it's anyone's games at the moment.
I'm certainly not prepared to call it at this stage.
Looks like an attempted screen there from the Sunshine Coast Spartans, but something didn't quite work, and I think Michael Gilmore threw the ball away there. So certainly under pressure, for some good defensive pressure there coming from the Bayside Ravens.
Yeah, they haven't blitzed a lot this afternoon, the Ravens, have they? And I'm wondering if that might be a tactic they might look to employ in the last 15 minutes or so of this second half as they seek to shake up the Spartans' offence.
They might do. I think that just under 15 minutes to go in the game, but I think the Ravens probably haven't blitzed a lot because they're a bit worried about the Spartans' passing game. Yeah. I know. Yep. Certainly they need to cover those receivers downfield. So, here comes
Gilmore again.
Straight
up the field.
Another quarterback run and a tackle made by
number 34.
34 was Andre Sayer. There was a flag on the play, so we'll have to just wait and see where. That looks like it was a chop block on the offence, which is an illegal block. What the chop block is where you have one guy go high and one guy go low and try and take the legs out of an opposing play. And it's actually, again, one of those safety rules that makes an illegal play. So a bit of a break there for the Ravens. It can be a dangerous play, but certainly one that the referees are very tough on ruling, and the Spartans will pay the cost for that one, so they get marched back 15 yards. So that'll certainly help the Ravens' cause at the moment. Ball snapped at Gilmore. A bit of a blitz coming there down the middle. Unfortunately, not quite effective. And Michael Gilmore runs it, regains that 15 yards, so that'll make it 3rd and 10 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans from the Ravens' 18-yard line.
He's good, Gilmore. He's fantastic on his feet. I mean, he's displayed a great passing game this afternoon, but his running has been as effective, if not more. He's really been the dominant player for the Spartans so far this afternoon.
Absolutely. He's certainly been the difference between the two teams thus far. And the Spartans have called a timeout. I think they probably want to have a bit of a break and just work out what their next play is going to be.
We're talking about the fact that there are players out there who are heading to the US, to college. I think you were telling me that there's about 18 players currently playing college football in the US.
Indeed there is, yeah.
So it really is a legitimate option for these young fellas coming through to look at a career down the track. At least going to college.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the good thing about playing, if you can get to one of the colleges in the US, you get to play football, but you also get a college scholarship out of it, and one is reliant on the other. They don't actually let you play football unless you keep your grades, so you actually get a graduate degree out of it when you come, and it's all part of a scholarship program, which means that basically you get a college education, you get to play football for another 4 years, and you get a degree at the end of it, and it costs you bugger all. So it's actually quite a legitimate career path for some of these players if you're good enough.
And I've always thought that was something that we probably lacked here in Australia in rugby league. For example, a lot of guys get signed straight out of school and they're straight into this system and they never get the opportunity to continue their education.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's a great system, I think. Just going back to play, there was a great reception out of the middle there to the younger of the Ebden brothers, young Chris, which brings up first down for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So it's a great reception there. Spartans going a bit of a hurry-up offence. Hand off to Benjamin Goff there. Oh, nice run. Is it? Have they awarded the touchdown? Touchdown. Is it?
Still waiting for the referee's decision. What's the call here? Spartans not moving back. Injured player from the Bayside Ravens on the field.
Yeah, it is a touchdown awarded to number 25, Benjamin Goff. We've also got an injured Ravens down on the field there. So that'll move the score forward for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So that'll make it
32-16.
No, 32-22 currently.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah, you forget about the 8. Come on. You really do need to get new glasses. Can't you see that scoreboard over there?
I didn't say anything about the state of my glasses. Come on.
Admittedly, it is very wet out there, folks. I'm not sure whether it comes up clearly on your screens there, but it has not stopped raining all afternoon. Spartans going for the option there. Nice regather by Benjamin Goff. And completes the 2-point conversion there after a great run, avoiding a couple of tackles there. So that'll move the Spartans to another 2 points. So that'll make it 34-22 to the Sunshine Coast Spartans with just a little over 10.5 minutes remaining in the match.
The Spartans' offence has been dominant all afternoon, and they're really displaying all their skills.
Indeed they are. And certainly, prior to the match, certainly the Bayside Ravens would have been the favourites well and truly. Not that the Spartans were never not in it, but certainly the Ravens would have been favouritisms given that they'd only lost one game throughout the regular season. But the Spartans certainly have come to play football this afternoon and controlled the tempo of the game, and I think the Ravens have sort of struggled a little bit with that and controlling them themselves. Yep. But, hey, the game's not over. There's 10 minutes to go. Yep. 10 minutes to go, and there's only, 10 points in it. 8 points in it, actually.
Yeah, it's all there for the Ravens to do. Are they good enough? If they're good enough, they can still win this game.
Indeed it is. So 34 to the Spartans, 22 to the Ravens, 12 points in the game. Nice deep kick-off from the Spartans. Bradley McQuillan on the return. 10, 15. Oh, fumble on return. Oh, no, recovered by 44.
Beautifully recovered by Jake Maloney.
Jake Maloney there.
Keeping his eyes up.
Great heads-up play there by Jake Maloney. Yep. So that Ravens will now take possession of the ball with a little under 10 minutes to go. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bayside Ravens.
Jeez, that could have been a crucial turnover for the Ravens.
Oh, indeed. Indeed it was. If they'd turned the ball over then and the Spartans had recovered and drove for another score, it would have been all over Red Rover. But they're still in with a chance at 34-22. There's only 12 points in it. It's 2 scores. But we know they do have the offensive firepower to be able to put 2 scores on in very even time.
Is it at the point now with 10 minutes to go that the Spartans are looking to close the game down, or is it still too much time left?
Oh, I would think there's too much time left, but it'd be interesting to see what tactics come from the Spartan sideline and Coach Chapman. Yep. Personally, I would keep playing. It's still way too early to try and shut the game down. With 10 minutes to go. Gridiron's one of those games you can score very quickly and a lot of points very quickly. So you just can't afford to relax and shut down.
And as always, we thank you for your unique insights into this afternoon's game.
That's all right. You know, some say I've been around the game too long, but, you know, hey, life's like that. Got to have something to do on a weekend. So here we go. Back to the action.
Here come the Ravens. 9:20 and counting on the clock now. Jackson Ryan, a quarterback, takes a snap and hands it off.
Hands it off to Andre Sayer in the backfield there. So Andre getting a couple of yards there on that one. Looks like a gain of about 3. So that'll bring up third down for the Bayside Ravens. Third and about 8 or 9.
We're still seeing Kane Maguire out there. I can't remember seeing him carry the ball for a little while now.
No, I know he did get hurt there last series, so maybe he's running a little bit injured at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh no, there we go. He's back
still
there
here on the field.
Yeah,
Crucial player for the Ravens this afternoon.
He has been. He's been their go-to man for the yardage. Young Kane in the running game, and then Matthew Lewis and Matthew Nicholson in the passing game. So. Stop of the game. What have we called there?
Penalty in the Ravens offence once again.
Those penalties critical.
Yeah, there we go.
Killing
again.
them. Yep. Yeah, killing them. So Ravens just, I think the pressure might be, not so much the pressure, but the anxiety and might be getting to them a little bit.
It's the unique nature of finals football, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, mate, I mean, the pressure of the game, isn't it? You lose a game, you're out. There's no second chance.
Yep.
And Gridiron, once you make playoff games. Fumble on the snap. Recover. It looks like Hayden Slater. Yes, Hayden Slater for the Sunshine Coast Spartans has recovered the fumble. So it was a fumble snap by the Jackson Ryan, the quarterback for the Bayside Ravens, attempted to recover, but Hayden Slater was right on that. So that's a turnover. Quite a lucky break for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So the Bayside Ravens now will have to really dig deep in defence to stop the Spartans putting another score on the board.
Yep.
So that'll bring 1st and 10 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans from the Ravens' 19-yard line.
So Coach Andy Miller struggling to pull his offensive line together. What has he got to do to pull these boys together, get them back on focus and get themselves back in the game?
First time out of the half.
I think Andy's about to call his teams over and just get them to play their game. They are good enough to still win this game. They're just, I think the Ravens are just a little bit rattled by the Spartans at the moment. I think the Spartans are playing just a little bit more up-tempo football.
Yeah.
And the Ravens are struggling to keep tempo with it. I think the Ravens are a little bit rattled.
Yep.
I mean, a great game plan from the Sunshine Coast Spartans just to take the Ravens off their game plan a little bit and pick the tempo up. And I think, I'm not sure whether it was by design or by luck, but it certainly has worked for the Spartans this afternoon. They've
been very effective all day, haven't they?
Indeed they are.
The way the young quarterback Michael Gilmore has run this game, he's run the ball a lot himself. And they've been very effective in their offensive tactics all day.
Indeed. So I think Andy Miller would have probably been stressing to his defence that they certainly need a turnover. Pass. No, incomplete. Bounced it off the ground. Couldn't pick it up. That'll bring 2nd down with just under 6 minutes left to go here in the game, with the Sunshine Coast Spartans leading 34-22. So the Ravens certainly need a stop here. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So 2nd and 10 with just a little over 5.5 minutes to go here in the game.
Spartans players come up to the line. Hand off from Gilmore.
Hand off Gilmore to Goff. We've seen that a few times this afternoon.
Yeah, it's been a very effective tactic all day.
Just a short game for the Spartans of about 2 yards, so that'll bring up 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8 for the Spartans.
And a nice tackle from Aaron Nicholson, number 43 for the Bayside Ravens. Whistle from the officials.
Timeout called by the Spartans. Obviously, the coach of the Spartans saw something he didn't like or thought he might change the play. So I think maybe the coach of the Spartans might be coming up with a bit of a special play to try and go for the killer shot here. Do you think there, Sean?
I think so. There is the time now for them to really ice this game. Just under 5 minutes to go. It's slipping away from the Ravens. Now the Spartans really need to come out there and put their foot on the throat for the next 4.5 minutes.
Indeed they are. I think the coach is just trying to come up with the right play. right call.
Yep.
And yeah, it's one of those games. The Ravens coaches will be stressing their guys that they need possession of the ball, need the turnover.
Yep.
And the Spartans, I think, will be sort of saying, right, boys, this is it. This is where we go for the win.
Yeah, this is the time to turn up the pressure.
Yep.
And really put their stamp on the game. And they've been fantastic all day, the Spartans. Obviously, the Ravens have been up against it. They started badly, and the Spartans have been very convincing in the way they've gone about their work this afternoon.
Indeed. So, hand off to young Benjamin Goff on the right-hand side. And a great run there by Goff. Ball was stripped. Let's see the ruler.
Made his way to the goal line.
Yeah, it looks like the referees have ruled he was actually out of bounds just short of the goal line when the ball was stripped. So the Spartans will retain pressure. Oh, could have been the game all then.
Benjamin Goff, so close. So close.
So the Ravens live again. So it'll be first and goal for the Spartans from the Ravens. Looks like about 1.5 yard line with just under 3.5 minutes to go here in the second Gridiron Queensland semi-final.
I think time is running out for the Ravens now, Luke.
Yeah, I'd hate to say it. I think
they need a turnover or something.
They need a bit of luck, the Ravens. Yeah. I think they need a little bit of luck going their way.
Here come the Spartans.
Here we go. It's a quarterback keeper for the quarterback, Michael Gilmore, and he strolls in the end zone again. That's another 6 points for the Spartans. Unfortunately, now I think it's a little too late. I think, with the Bayside Ravens being behind by 18 points now, with another 2-point conversion to come, very tough for them to come back from here with less than 3 minutes to go in the game.
And it's a perfect illustration of how much of an influence momentum can have on a game like
absolutely.
this.
Yeah, absolutely. The Spartans started with the Ravens fought back, and then even just when the Ravens thought they were getting back into it, the Spartans just away they went again.
And they come back with the 2-point conversion.
2-point conversion to Benjamin Goff there. So certainly the running game for the Spartans this afternoon has been a huge plus for them, and the game of their quarterback Michael Gilmore has certainly been the difference between the two sides.
His work with Ben Goff as well.
Absolutely.
They've been a real dynamite pairing in the backfield for the Spartans.
Yeah. So that makes the score 42 points to 22, with the Sunshine Coast Spartans leading the Bayside Ravens, but just over 2 minutes to go in the game.
And I was going to say, you're listening to 31 Digital's coverage of the 2012 Gridiron Queensland semi-final series. This is the Junior League. The winners of this afternoon's game will compete in the Sun Bowl on November 24, and we're looking forward to bringing the action to you over the next couple of weeks, every Sunday evening from 9:30, and repeat it again on Saturday afternoon.
Indeed. And while we've got a bit of a break, we'd also like to thank our sponsors, certainly 31 Digital, for this great broadcast of the game. Also Budweiser, Diamond Cutting Solutions, AFM Logistics, and Impact Sports. For without their help and support, this certainly wouldn't be all possible. And a great return there by Bradley McClellan for a great return. Looks like about a 55, 60 yard return there from the running back, with the tackle made by Jason Goff on the last line of defence. So the Ravens are not done yet. They're not giving up, which is great to see. The boys are still going in there, digging in, trying to make a thing.
Yeah, limited opportunities for McClellan this afternoon, but he's been very good every time he's got his hand on the ball.
Yeah, indeed. 2-minute warning there from the referee, so 2 minutes left in the game. Let's see if the Ravens can put on at least one more score before the final whistle of this game. So 2 minutes left in the go. The Ravens up to the line of scrimmage.
Maloney back on the field for the Ravens. Jackson Ryan keeps it, looks for the pass.
Pass complete out to Magua.
Sorry, still on his feet.
Andre Sayer still on his feet.
Heading for the goal line.
Great run. Looks like, pull down just short of the goal line. Looks like about 2 yards short of the goal line there. So great run there by number 34, Andre Sayer from the Bayside Ravens. Brings up first and goal for the Bayside Ravens from the 3 yard line. A little shot there at Coach Will Sutton talking to his quarterback Jackson Ryan, trying to come up with the play that's going to get them the touchdown.
Andre Sayer injured after that tackle as well. He's looking very ginger coming out of the huddle.
Yeah, a little bit shaken up there. Some heavy contact in defence there by the Sunshine Coast Spartans.
They're not going to give up a touchdown easy, the Spartans.
No, they're certainly playing right through the end. And a dive to Sayer and nowhere up the middle. Tackles made by Jacob Holderness and Hayden Slater, and with an assist from Josh Hutton there. So great middle defence in there from the Sunshine Coast Spartans, with nowhere to go for Andre there. So that'll bring up second and goal for the Bayside Ravens from about the 3-yard line, with just on a minute and a half left to go in this second semi-final of the 2012 Gridiron Queensland season.
It's really been an impressive display from the Spartans this afternoon. 1, 2, 3, 4, at least close to 10, 12 rookies in their team. Only a couple of players returning from last year's season. They've been really very, very good, and they're going to be hard to beat in the Sun Bowl. Indeed,
it certainly sets up a very interesting Sun Bowl. In fact, a repeat of last year's Sun Bowl, where the difference between the two sides was only 1 point, with the Northside Rhinos winning that one. So certainly sets up a very interesting Sun Bowl again this year. But yeah, certainly the Bayside Ravens have not been disgraced in that. They've tried very valiantly and they've tried very hard all game. But the Spartans have just been that little bit extra, with an incomplete pass there out on the swing pass out to Jake Maloney there on the flats. So that'll bring up fourth and short for the Bayside Ravens.
They've certainly had their opportunities, the Ravens.
Oh, yeah.
They failed to complete on a number of occasions, and that last play, I guess, was a perfect example. The open receiver and Jackson Ryan just wasn't able to get it done, unfortunately. Yeah. He's been a good player all day, and no doubt he'll be good for the Ravens again next year. Yep. But it just hasn't been their day.
Yeah, that and I think the other thing that's sort of hurt them a little bit has been the penalties.
No doubt.
The lack of discipline, the penalties have sort of set them back when they're just getting a roll, and set them back that just a little bit as well. So we're going for the pass from Jackson Ryan, going for the completion. Unfortunately, touched at the line of scrimmage, so that's incomplete. So that'll be a turnover on downs for the Sunshine Coast Spartans. So the Spartans take possession of the ball on about their own 2-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans on their own 2-yard line, with less than a minute to go in the 2012 Gridiron Queensland semi-final here this afternoon at Wacol.
I don't think we're expecting any tricks from the Spartans in the last minute or so of this game, are we?
You wouldn't have thought so. You wouldn't have thought so, but who knows?
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
Who knows? Who knows? No, I think logically you would think he would just kneel out the game and take the win, and
What's going to be the key for the Spartans on the 24th?
I think the key to the Spartans on the 24th will be their running game. If they can get a dry track, then certainly their passing game will be a lot better. Certainly in the other semi-final, the Northside Rhinos looked very strong in both offence and defence, and I think the Rhinos will go into the game as favourites. So I think the Spartans have got a bit of work to do. Yeah, the Spartans kneeing out just the remainder of the game, so just running out the last of the game clock there. But yeah, I think the Sunshine Coast Spartans certainly got a bit of work to do. The Rhinos will go into the game as favourites, and I think for the Spartans, their strengths will be their running game, and also if they can get their passing game happening to the receivers offensively, they'll do well. The Rhinos have got a very solid offence with a couple of big running backs and a couple of good receivers. So I think the defence will win the day in the Sun Bowl. I think if the Spartans' defence can control the Rhinos' offence, then I think the Spartans will get up. If the Rhinos' defence controls the Spartan offence, then the Rhinos will get up. So I think the game will be down to whichever defence actually really steps up and controls the opposition offense.
No doubt both coaches will be onto the Bureau of Meteorology on the evening of the 23rd to get a weather forecast.
Indeed, I think so. Either that or try and buy the biggest tarp you can and cover the field for the game, so they have a dry paddock. But thanks this afternoon must go certainly to the referees and all the volunteers. Certainly to the 31 digital crew here for putting up with the atrocious weather and standing out in the rain along with everyone else. And all the volunteers from the Western Cougars and the Gridiron Queens and that, because certainly without their efforts, we couldn't have the games in such a fantastic game it was today.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setting for a game of footy, isn't it?
Indeed. The field looks spectacular, and it's just a shame. Looks like that's it. Yep, that's it. It's game all over. Time's expired. So just recapping the score, in a little bit of a shock win, the Sunshine Coast Spartans have upset the Bayside Ravens 42 points to 22 and progress onto the 2012 Sun Bowl against the Northside Rhinos. That game we played on the 24th of November, commencing at 3:30 p.m. at Cogra Oval, when the Manly Rugby League Club. So we hope to see you all there on the 24th of November.
And of course you can catch all the action here in Gridiron Queensland finals action over the next couple of weeks here on 31 Digital at 9:30 Sunday evening, and again repeated on Saturday afternoon.